the monkey holding peach. Welcome to the channel. Tonight we're talking about symbolism and how these items that seem quite random are related through symbolism. The monkey holding peach is what we're talking about. It's an ancient Far East, specifically Chinese symbolism, and it's shown in all of these objects. The peach, this is a real peach, in case you're wondering. That's there for good measure and for aesthetic essence, right? But we're talking about the monkey holding the peach. In Mandarin, it's 猴子包掰的桃子. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've had this obsession with this symbol for a long time, and I just want to document it for the channel, for posterity, using these seemingly random objects. So we're talking about the history of the symbol, how it's used in Chinese text, and then we're going to discuss these objects. So basically, first off, the imagery is rooted in the legend. It's an old tale of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, from the classic 16th century Chinese novel, Journey to the West. It's in combination with a much older Taoist belief about immortality. So it's, I used to live in China for a long time, and it's ingrained in the culture. You could not read the novel, but still, if you live there long enough in China, you would just pick up cultural references as well as just symbols of that story and the monkey holding peach meaning. So in a nutshell, not to get too bogged down in the literature, according to the myth, Shi Wang Mu, which means the Queen Mother of the West, tended a legendary orchard where peaches of immortality grew. And these magical peaches only ripened once every 3,000 years. And they granted eternal life. So if you ate one of these peaches, you would live forever. Now, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, he was assigned to guard this special orchard of peaches. But true to his mischievous and clever nature, he ate the right peach himself. And in doing so, he attained immortality and immense power. So that's the story in a nutshell from the 1500s in China. What we can decode from that symbolism. Well, I guess let's first talk about what these objects are. Now let's decode it. Screw it. So decoding the symbolism, it's like 1 + 2 = 3. So number one is the monkey, right? Which is clever, adaptable, playful, and a symbol of good luck. And then we have the peach, right? Which the monkey is proudly holding. The peach is a symbol of longevity, health, and immortality. So in combination, that symbol of the monkey holding the peach is a wish for a long, prosperous life filled with wit and vitality. So that's what this symbol, in essence, means. And again, it's very prevalent in the Far East, China, Thailand, Japan, I'm sure Malaysia for good measure. So that's the meaning and some history behind the symbolism of the monkey holding peach, which I have this odd obsession with. But let's take a look at these objects that are using this symbolism. Let's just pick one. So this is from Thailand. This is a little tin of balm or ointment. It's more of a balm. let me open this thing. It's just like a white menthol smelling. These are really hard. I used to have a jar. When I was in Thailand, here we go. Super strong smelling. It keeps away wild turkeys, keeps away mosquitoes, and it's like icy hot. You put it on the back of your neck or wherever, and it's like hot ice. It's great. And I really like this stuff more so than Tiger Balm or any other like American brand, because it just has more of a, even though it's very strong, it has more of a natural essence to it than like a store-bought American brand, which can be like extremely harsh. But this stuff is great for whatever ails you. And it's got a monkey holding a peach, right? There we go. The symbolism. I made this shrine to it. This is like a mixed media work I've done. An ode to the monkey holding peach balm. Using the box that this came in. But the story behind this, my personal story is, in around 2005, me and my girlfriend at the time were vacationing in Thailand. I was living in China. I was a full-time musician, bass player, and I was working a ton, playing a lot, making a lot of really good money, and I brought my girlfriend to Thailand. And we we flew into Bangkok, and then we stayed on Koh Samui, this gorgeous island, for a couple weeks, and it was awesome. We stayed in bungalows and little huts by the ocean and just backpacked around. It was awesome. And in doing so, amidst that journey, we stopped at a little like mom and pop. They're all over the place. These really small mom and pop shops that sell beer or fruits or just like bags of chips or like phone cards, things like that. And there was a little display box with little tiny jars, a glass jar, it's like as big as this, but a little bit deeper, with these things. And I showed my girlfriend, I'm like, what is this? She goes, oh, holds about by a Tauza. She knew immediately the symbolism of the monkey holding the peach. And this is Thai, and there's some Chinese calligraphy. So I bought it, and I wish I might even still have that original glass jar somewhere. Probably not, but maybe. And I loved it because, again, it kept away the mosquitoes, and it just kind of feels good. You know, I put it in the back of my neck or on your temples. And that was like the beginning of my obsession with this symbol, right? And that little jar lasted a long time. I could swear it's probably tucked away somewhere, but I bought this recently on eBay, this 8-gram white monkey holding peach balm. That's the, I guess, the official name. But I bought these recently on eBay. I'm sure you could probably find these at maybe your Asian markets. But I seem to see Tiger Balm a lot more than this, and I like this a lot better than Tiger Balm. Tiger Balm's a close second, but this stuff is better. This is a Thai brand from Thailand. So this is kind of what got me into this symbol, the curiosity of it, right? And when I was living in China, I ate a gazillion peaches. Wuxi, I lived in Shanghai. Wuxi is a neighboring city that was famous for its peaches, and they were delicious. So in the morning, people would bring in carts from Shanghai is a mega futuristic city. It makes New York look like old school, just decrepit town compared to Shanghai, which is neon lights, Blade Runner times 1,000. Anyhow, in the morning, these people would bring in these hand-pulled carts from the countryside, and they'd sell peaches. And we would just get them, and they were delicious. I mean, they were so good, I would eat probably 5 peaches a day. They were just outstanding. This is a white peach. I like white and yellow peaches. I don't discriminate. This is an American peach, for those keeping score at home. Which leads me to this next item. This I bought while living in China. I'm a numismatist, numismatic obsession, which is expensive as hell, and that's why I'm not buying coins right now, because goddamn, they're expensive. At least the good ones, the ones I like. I happen to always like the good ones. So what is this? This is an extremely rare coin that I spent a shitload of money on back when I was making good money. I was playing with pop stars. like Karen Mock, who's world famous. I played with Andy Summers from The Police. I was working like 3 gigs a day for 11 years. I was making a ton of money. And I love to collect things. If you know my channel, you know that very well by now. And when you're living abroad in China, you can't collect old-fashioned wheelbarrows, or you can't collect old shovels, because you're always moving apartments and traveling on trains and planes. So you gotta think small. So I focused on coins. And to my bank accountant's great dismay, I was living close to the Shanghai coin market, which is one of the best coin markets in the world. It's like a 3-story, it's kind of like a stock market. There's people walking around with stacks of cash. There's dealers everywhere. There's gold. There's like tons of gold and silver everywhere. People buying and selling all the time. So I would just haunt that place. I'd walk around, and then I found this. And then I got some books about it before I bought it, because it was expensive as hell. This is a 50 yuan monkey holding peach 5-ounce coin. This is pure silver. I think 99.999 fineness. From 1992, again, it's 5 ounce of pure silver, in the original mint case. So this has never been touched by human hands. This was minted in, there's a Shanghai mint, and this was minted in Shanghai and factory sealed. So this is sealed from the mint, never touched by a mortal, right? So I spent a ton of money on this, over, thousands. I overspent at the time, because that was back in 2011 when silver was at an all-time high at that point. Plus the numismatic value. I was speculating. And now why was I speculating on this coin? I love the imagery, this monkey proudly holding his peach, right? I saw wild monkeys while living in China. Not in Shanghai, but in Guiyang. Well, I was performing all over China. I've probably seen more of China than I have the USA. But this coin is extremely rare. There's only 1,000 of these minted. 1,000. And I have 2 of them. The other one's locked away. I have 2 of these damn things, which means out there's only 998 left. Probably less than that, because I'm sure some are lost. And some of the mint material I've read stated that it was slightly under 1,000 mintage, maybe like 950 or something like that. So there are less than 1,000 of these out there. And if you just do the math, I mean, in China, there's 1.5 billion people. And China, like India, is obsessed with gold and silver, a bit more so than the USA. Culturally, it's just ingrained in the society, right? So I said, well, wait a minute, this is that rare. 1992 is the year it was minted. So I'm speculating that this was kind of like a sleeper coin, like undervalued, with the potential to go up. And I'm still waiting for that to happen. Again, they're so rare that when I saw, there was 2 dealers with them. One I bought on the floor, like from a dealer in a large display. And the other I bought off a roving dealer, this guy named Book. That was his English name, Book. He had acquired this is from the lunar set. There's the Chinese lunar calendar. He acquired the complete lunar set, and I was going to cherry pick his monkey coin because it was the best one. I purchased one maybe about 2 or 3 months earlier, which is really beautiful and also in the mint case, but it had some like slight shadowing and just didn't have that luminous pop. When I saw his, which this one is, I had to buy it. Just because this thing just glows white. That white silver glow, oh man, that mirror finish in the background, and that peach that monkey's proudly holding. I forget this building where this is. It's not Nanjing, I don't think. This could be Nanjing, but probably not. I forget. I studied the hell out of this coin a long time ago, and it's been locked away for a long time. I had to pull it out for this video. It has reeded edges, and it's just gorgeous. Now, if you're interested in buying one of these, Good luck finding one. And if you do, be very careful, because there are counterfeits out there. There are counterfeit lunar coins, and they look much more crude and rude and not as luminous and gorgeous. But this is look at that shine. Man, this thing is intense. So I mean, right now in 2026, silver is like, I don't know, like around like $90 an ounce, give or take. So that's $500 right there. But the numismatic value outweighs the silver content, because again, there's only 1,000 of these things. So that means, if 1.5 billion people in China wake up, if numismatics, strike a chord with that population, this value could just skyrocket. And that's what I'm kind of hoping for. And if not, one of my lucky kids will get it when I die. And there's 2 of them. So 2 of my kids will inherit the monkey holding peach coin. How about that? It came with a little certificate of authenticity, which I have. It came like in a clamshell case, which I think I have a few of those as well. But this is it. This is the coin. I was obsessed with this thing for a long time. And I bought it back when I had money, because now I couldn't afford it. Plain and simple. So that's the 1992 monkey holding peach 5-ounce lunar coin from China, minted in Shanghai, China. Shifting gears completely. We're going to shift gears to this. This is a vintage rubber toy jiggler. Jiggler is the name collectors call these things because when you shake them, they jiggle, right? Popular toys of the 70s and 80s. They come in different varieties, of course, monsters and, superheroes, Batman, Superman, different animals. This is the Lucky Monkey. Now, this is my most recent purchase. This I got on eBay about a month ago. I spent $50 on this goddamn thing, but I had to do it. Again, because I'm obsessed with this symbolism. Now, this has some markings on the feet. This was made, I believe, by Imperial or Gigantor. This is made in China, which means it's probably, I've seen versions made in Hong Kong. So this probably denotes this piece being made probably like in the early 80s, like 81 or 82. Because in the 70s, these were made in Hong Kong, and in the 80s, things moved to Taiwan. In the late 80s, or pardon me, in the early 80s, things moved to China for production of toys, and then in the late 80s, they moved to Taiwan, and then on to Thailand, and who knows what's next. Malaysia. But this is called, from what I've seen, various resources, the Lucky Monkey. He's holding a peach, looks like, and he's happy and jovial. I love like the etching of the fur, how these jiggler makers simulated fur by making these etchings in the mold. He still has his original stretchy rubber band, which I'm going to be very careful with, because it's probably, not very stretchy or elastic anymore. So this is it. This is, I'm going to say, like a early 80s rubber monkey. Oh yeah, it is Gigantor. Well, there you go. I can see it in this light. It has the maker's mark of Gigantor, which is a well-known maker of rubber jigglers. Oh, cool. I didn't even see this before. My lighting here is better than my bedroom. So this is good. Gigantor. Awesome. That's a name you want to look for when you're collecting rubber jiggler toys. So this is the Lucky Monkey. He has his peach in hand. He's happy. When I was living in China, I had to perform in Guiyang, and there's like a mountain with monkeys. And they're like, "You want to go?" Our host were like, "Do you want to go see the monkeys on the mountain?" And the band and I are like, "Well, yeah, let's go. Let's see the monkeys." And let me tell you something. Wild monkeys are a pain in the ass. They're dangerous, and they're clever, and they're fast, and they'll steal your snacks. Like if you, I think someone in our group had like a bottle of Sprite, and a monkey like hijacked it, just like jumped from a tree and then like took it. And to keep the monkeys at bay, there's like a guardian. There's a man on the mountain with a slingshot, and he shoots the monkeys. to keep them away, because they get out of hand. And like you get on the mountain and you're like, oh, let's go see the monkeys. And once you see them, they're small, probably like 2 feet tall. Once you see them and start to like interact with them, the fear grows within you, because you realize, holy crap, like they pounce. And if like some kid was eating like chips, and a monkey out of nowhere jumped and like took the chips, and it's kind of scary because they got teeth and they're wild, right? And you're in their element, right? And all you have to protect you is the man with the slingshot, right? And the monkeys know. The monkeys knew the man. They knew who he was. So when the monkeys saw the man with the slingshot, they would get out of there to the next area. So I learned that lesson. So when I was in Thailand, with my girlfriend at the time, we were like doing like, these little day excursions to like rivers and elephant viewing, and they're like, well, hey, do you want to go see the monkeys? We're like, no, we don't, because we knew they're little ferocious creatures, and they're really smart. So we didn't go see the monkeys. But that's about it. So now we know why we have these random objects in front of you, because they are displaying the symbolism of longevity. The monkey holding the peach. And again, this is my little shrine, a little mixed media piece to it. And if you like this, I am selling one in my eBay store right now. It's $25, and these things are pretty hard to make. It takes a long time to get everything together and dry it and all that stuff. So just a little shameless plug. So we have a look at random objects with the same symbolism. The monkey holding peach, a symbol of longevity. And as always, thanks for checking in.